What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about why players of Diablo 4 are super upset and angry about Season 1, because seasonal characters must be made to actually do seasonal content, and this actually ties into the progression of the Battle Pass, which is essentially part of the marketing system. So you can maybe understand from the perspective of someone that's maybe never played Diablo before why this would make them upset, because a lot of players are thinking, well, all of my time put into this character, it's getting basically deleted, right? Well, let's go ahead and dig into this, and I'll explain everything because there's a lot of misinformation that's going around. So starting right off, it all kind of started out with a tweet recently by Ferguson. And if you guys don't know who that is, well, he's kind of important. He is the GM of all things at Blizzard for Diablo. So the most important thing is he's tweeting this out, so it's a credible source, okay? So anyways, someone asked about seasons, and they're saying in response that to take part in the seasonal quest line, because there's a quest line, mechanics, seasonal journey, and battle pass, you need to create a seasonal character, playing campaign with a seasonal character if you so desire or need to finish it, will also progress the season journey and battle pass. So what this means is essentially all of the rewards on the battle pass, okay, that's even if you purchase it, you won't be able to access the new content if you are, of course, not doing seasons. Now, some people will be like, well, duh, but remember, there's a lot of new players that are brand new to Diablo, and completing some of these different things will actually allow you to progress a lot faster. I know some people are super worried, myself included, because it takes a really long time to get level 100, as some of you guys have known. But nonetheless, these are going to actually speed up your progress. When you are doing your battle pass, you're going to get this special currency that's going to give you bonus XP. You can't buy it, there's no pay to win, but you can buy the cosmetics early if you want to. Now, this is something very important. You have to actually make a seasonal character to, of course, participate in the seasonal quest line, but this ties into the battle pass, and this is where some people are kind of worried, because they're thinking, well, like, I have to play on seasons to actually progress the battle pass. Yes, you cannot use your older characters to do the new seasonal content. You can't party with them. They're on separate servers, essentially. If you play Diablo 3, think of it like seasons and non-season. In Diablo 4, what they call it is a eternal character. An eternal character is basically the non-season character, but nonetheless, that's the important part over here, and this blew up over on Reddit as well as other different forums. I'm here to give you guys more clarification. So over here it says Blizzard confirms the need to create a new character every Diablo 4 season. So it does not delete your character. There's a lot of people like, dude, my character's just getting wiped from the server. No, you get an eternal character. This is the biggest thing I think people really need to understand, and I think Blizzard should officially mention this, because some people are like, dude, I don't even want to play anymore because my character is just going to be deleted. It's not the case, but at the same time, you're not going to be able to, like, participate if you don't make a new seasonal character. And I was checking out what other content creators that may not be like ARPG players, maybe they play other video games, or, they're just content creators, and obviously Diablo being the biggest game right now, a lot of people are jumping onto it. This is what Lyric tweeted. I said, my God, you're telling me that you're going to hit level 100, then 100 again every 3 months? Nah, he's like, get out of here. So again, a lot of people don't understand the mechanics of a season will let you go way faster. There's going to be different ways to level up. There's going to be brand new items. So your experience while leveling is usually going to be overall much better, not only due to balance changes, but new additions to the game, new things to actually encounter while you are leveling, which is very important. For example, this was Diablo 3 Season 28, which we're technically still in Season 28 for Diablo 3. You got a completely new skill tree, and early on you could just get massive power, so you can have a giant power spike at the very start, so you can just breeze through all content. And we also technically had a leak earlier about the next world tier, which obviously will give you more XP, so you're not stuck from like basically level 60 to 100. It definitely takes a long time, with, of course, world tiers going up. Hopefully we can get even faster, XP, and they already said that they're buffing the XP in a patch before Season 1, and on top of Season 1's seasonal buff, whatever the season mechanic is. Now, this was Season 28, basically you had a skill tree, and you could just start leveling that up, and that would actually really improve your progress. It's so fast, okay? This was literally this season for Diablo Season 28 in about 1 hour and 8 minutes. That's how long it took for me to get to from level 1 to all the way to max level in the game, which is level 70. So keep in mind, the seasons will make things a lot faster, and if it is a lot faster, then, well, it's not that bad. I'm sure most people, if they were told that you can get to level 100 in, let's say, like 5 hours, they might be like, okay, that's not that bad. I might not play at this current moment, and I think this might be why they're not announcing, guys, don't worry, it's going to be super fast to level up, because people would be like, well, what's the point of me playing now when in 5 hours I can max level in the new season, right? So keep that in mind, that maybe perhaps that's why they're not revealing this information. And this is all part of the progression. I'm just going to pull up some numbers from PoE. Because it's a very important game, because it's another action RPG. So you'll see like there are these little spikes or hills, and that essentially is what comes with the new season. And the reason why a lot of people may not understand the reason why a new season has to start you off at low level is because some items are actually created for baby leveling, and you may want to actually play with a different skill because it just got massive buffs at the earlier stages versus, well, I'm not going to use this skill because it's in the very beginning of the skill tree. I just like to play what I like to play, and people won't experiment as much when, of course, they already have their character fully kitted out, if that makes any sense. And this just happens with other action RPGs. I'd pulled out Path of Exile because we don't have like Diablo's, like there's no official site that has Diablo's metrics. But a lot of times what happens is the new season starts, and if we just instantly went from, you know, season 0 to the next season and we could just use all of our characters, what would happen is players would just drop off a lot faster. It's part of the progression of an action RPG to feel the progression of your character, versus if we just have the new content, well, everyone's gonna maybe just stick with their one build. And this is actually kind of better for the game, and I know some people may not understand it and they're just going to be super frustrated. This guy over here on a video made a very, very great point, named James Darkon. He said, for long-term ARPG fans, a lot of the appeal of these games is the leveling process and watching your build come to fruition. New seasons often give a nice incentive to break from the monotony of max level endgame gameplay. Especially new seasons are very often paired with balanced passives, which, if done right, freshen up the game as a whole. Also, we could get new uniques, new legendaries, buffs and nerfs, heck, maybe even newer skills, because sometimes when they rework a skill in a game because it doesn't see so much play, it's a brand new skill. And also we have expansion packs, so more than likely we're going to be getting some new skills, hopefully later, maybe the max level will be changed. But this is like basically what I was saying before. Like when Path of Exile comes out with a new season, I want to try the new skill, or if there's a new unique item in Diablo, Diablo 3 still gets really awesome updates. Sometimes they completely rework sets and stuff, so there is more content than just, oh, just restart because there's a season and that's it. There is more content to be had, and you have to participate. And this was a really great point, because this game is so big right now over on Twitch, and other, you know, players that normally don't play Diablo are playing it. Maybe your favorite streamer normally streams Overwatch or whatever, and they're playing this game right now, right? The thing is that there's so many newer players coming to this game, and it just seems like a big shock. And this was one of the most upvoted comments, and it says, apparently D4 brought in a lot more new people than D3 did. And that is definitely going to be true with this title, as it's very, very big. There's people that have never played, so them being shocked is not a shock to me. Like, I totally get this, and I understand why this is happening. But on top of that, this person mentioned a pretty good point too. They're like, I don't know why anyone is surprised by the seasonal pushback. And the reason why is, like, season 1 probably should have started as soon as the game came out. Or, you know, I was talking to you guys in my live stream about this, because I think that a lot of players, without this knowledge of like, oh, well, with the new season, there's going to be a mechanic, you could probably level up way faster. With these clarifications on updates, they're going to say, why would I make a new character? I don't want to start off at level 1. I'm barely level 50 or 60. Like, why would I want to go all the way back, right? But the thing is that they have a giant system with this renown. You got to collect all these statues. And again, some of this clarification just is kind of lost. In fact, they said most recently, you don't need to collect the statues again, but this needs to be like stated in-game. When you actually create a seasonal character, it should say, hey, the season starts, you don't have to do all of this again, because a lot of people simply aren't visiting websites, watching YouTube and stuff. And so I think this would be a great thing for them to actually implement into the game and explain it for brand new players, because again, you don't want to start off at level 1. I totally get it from a new player's perspective, if you haven't even reached max level especially, right? But there is another point to this, and I've already kind of addressed this, but a lot of people are saying, well, like, getting from 1 to 70 D3, it takes no time. I can hit up my homie and say, hey, can you power level me? And in 10-15 minutes, I can have a level 70 character, and then maybe, you know, an hour after that, I can get my full set piece. I can just have them carry me through like greater rifts, and I can do it really fast. The thing with D4 though, D4 is a much, much slower game. I mean, you gotta bounce up on your horse, go away over here, go over here, get to the Nightmare Dungeon. It's just, all these things take a lot longer. All the NPCs in town are super far away, and it just feels like it's gonna take a lot longer. Hopefully they can maybe make an area, maybe they can make a hideout similar to PoE where you can just slam out your Nightmare Dungeons a lot faster, and all the NPCs like the, you know, Obol Vendor, all of the different enchants, the occultists, they're all right next to each other, so I don't have to spend 2 or 3 minutes. I need to do this. Wait, hold on, I need to go do this first. Wait, let me go upgrade my thing. Let me re-roll this enchant. Like, it's just way too far away is my personal opinion on that. But nonetheless, this guy pointed out, you know, my highest character is 75. I don't want to stop playing that character. I 100% get it. I think a good middle ground for them to officially announce would be, well, you know, season 1, we hear you guys for season 1, since it's starting so early, like this is happening in a couple weeks, right? We don't want anyone to be upset. So for season 1, maybe they can have, you know, no leaderboards, just because I think some people will be like, well, he's already level 100 at the start, right? So I think a good middle ground would be somewhere along the lines of, you can take your season, you know, your non-season character, you know, right now as of season 0 into season 1, but the next season it's going to do a reset. But on this one, we're gonna have some, you know, explanations of like major boosts to your XP and stuff like that. So that way it still makes people want to play now, because I guarantee you if they announce what's coming in the new season and telling everyone that you're going to start off at, you know, level 1, a lot of people would say, I'm not going to play this game right now. And they need those retention numbers to make sure that, you know, the game is relatively healthy. So I can totally understand why they're not saying that, like, guys, don't worry, you're going to be able to get to level 100 real fast and easy, or, you know, there's going to be a major XP boost. That would just make players not want to play now. So it's kind of like a weird situation with this whole idea where a lot of people are kind of being scared. A lot of news articles, a lot of YouTubers are just saying your characters are being deleted for the new season, and basically it's true, but I think that it's kind of done as a way of scaring people into clicking on a title, and that's why people are super angry. They just don't have that knowledge because this is their first game. They don't understand it's so easy to level up on seasons, that there is a night and day difference between leveling on seasons, because there's some sort of thing that lets you do it way faster. But anyways, that's my thoughts on it. Let me know your thoughts below. Do you guys have any gripes with starting a new character from level 1 when the new season starts, or are you just totally like, yeah, I'm not too worried about it? For me, honestly, Diablo 4 takes a lot longer, for sure, but I'm not too worried about it, because with the new season mechanic, I think that it will be much, much faster. But we'll have to wait and see, and I'll update you guys on what the heck the Battle Pass looks like and what we get in the future when that does get announced. So if you'd like to see that, subscribe to the bell, and you'll see the new seasonal content as soon as it starts, which is supposed to be in mid to late July. So that's going to be happening very soon. But take care. See you in the next one. Peace.